shut off something. I was looking around and then I didn't know that was the end stream button. It doesn't say end stream. There's just like an X up there. I didn't know. I don't know. I hope everyone will come back. I had a number of chatters like popping in, and then all of a sudden, nothing. Nothing. Let's see what we can do now, guys. Oh. Let me go. I don't know. I'm not popular anymore. All right. All right. Press E. I accidentally ended the live stream. I wasn't in a screen that I wanted. It wasn't in the live screen. All of a sudden, I got nothing. So thank you for coming in. Awesome. President Zanetto is here. I don't know what to do. We're being lied to. I'm just going to leave that. Put in from Philippines. It just the default title is live, and then I forgot to bring my coffee over here. And then but it gives you the editor to add something to the title. So I just wrote from Philippines. I don't know what to put in there. Maybe I should write, shocking, come on in, you won't want to miss this. Newski TV, oh, it's Newski, right? What'd you think of that name, Newski? Big time, you've been here before though, so. Big time hello, thank you for the thumbs up, awesome. Some quick thumbs up, never hurt anybody. Thank you for coming in. So, what is going on? We got China sending a big ship to spray water cannons on Filipino ships. What is up with that? I'm not listening to all the talk about it, but I see it in the news every day. It doesn't make sense. Why would somebody on Earth do that? Get out of our waters. No, this is international waters, and it's our country. What are you talking about? Why would they do that? Because they're testing to see if the Philippines has balls. What you do is you blow the ship out of the water, and then, and then don't look back. That's what you do. That's what you do. Newski has a premiere, awesome. It's not a growing channel, but maybe it should be. People think it is. Maybe that's all I can do is just do that. Because I'm not talking about, the Lord. And I'm not talking about politics, although I mention it. Sometimes I'll mention that. But I've had people graduate from college and then say, I don't want to talk about politics. I don't like politics. Well, guess what? If you don't talk about politics, they're going to do you in. They do you in little by little all your life. You've always been lied to. You're always been lied to. And then you think this weird... People have this weird perception of life, and none of it's true. None of it's true! Why am I not? I don't know. I don't know. So, where was I? I don't know what. I went live just to see who would come back. So, again, I'm going to edit that. Why can't I get in? Why can't I get in there? There we go. I'm not sure what to put there. I'm not sure. I don't have a plan. That's why I don't have viewers. There's no point not talking about stuff. Because I don't like the script. I don't want to script the live stream or even go by an outline. I don't want to do that. I don't know why. We'll change I'm making changes here. What do we want to do? No, we don't want to do that. I got to do a generic live stream thumbnail. I do these thumbnails for the videos, but not for a generic live stream. Why haven't I done that yet? Let's see if this will work, first of all. Okay, we'll do that. for me. We'll do that. But now I gotta go in there and put it in. I gotta go in there and put it in. So we're in the cheap continent here. YouTube isn't paying us. What do I want to say? We're not getting views from the Philippines. We're only, if a subscriber is in the US, and they see the thumbnail, they might click on it. But they're not just putting impressions out there all around YouTube to get people to click. That's not happening. That's how they're shadow banning us. That's how they're doing it. Though Tita Marie 0115, hello, Megaliv shout out. If you post twice, I'll give you a jacket. So we are talking about the fact that we're being lied to. Television is lying to you. All the television networks on TV are lying to you. And they lied to your mother and father, and they lied to your grandmother and grandmother. That is a fact. The biggest lie is the CIA. That's the biggest lie. The CIA is not your friend. They're not designed to be your friend or to even help you. They're there to help themselves. They don't even do what they're told. In the beginning they do what they're told, but then they become rogue. They do rogue stuff. They do whatever they feel like. All right, so let's go here, do that. We'll save that. All right. That's what we'll do. See what happens. We'll see what happens. Thanks for stopping in, guys. Newski TV, Pressy, and the Tita Marie. Hello. So I know sometimes I repeat myself, and if you don't repeat yourself, nobody will listen. They won't hear it. So if you repeat yourself, they might hear it. If you repeat yourself to enough people over and over enough times in their life, they'll believe it to be true all their lives. That's the big lie right there. But the big lie is that the first truth in the universe isn't true. And if you've been here before, is it American? Yeah, basically American TV. And the reason for that is that all the networks, their major investors are the globalists, the people from BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street. They're the major investors in the Fortune 500, the largest companies in the world. And and then you have the WEF. So they're all on the same page, so to speak. They don't completely listen to each other, but when the WEF says they tell the government we need women in the Secret Service, then they do it. Stuff like that. And it's always been happening. It's always been happening. Let's see, how can I add as moderator? So, Tita, you are now a moderator, I think. I need to get my beverage. I'll be back in 1 minute, not even a minute. I'm live on the mic. It's a wireless. I can keep talking. And so I'm just going to grab a coffee, a hot coffee. It's already hot, I think. Honey, was that coffee hot? I brew coffee twice a day, but I don't know how hot that water was. I guess it's okay. I'm going to heat that a little. You didn't drink your coffee. What are you doing? She's gone. She left. She left her coffee in the microwave. I know she wanted it, but she's out of her mind. One thing is fabulous. Once I do, though, it'll be like 2 or 3 times. Once I have to go pee, I'll have to keep going. But so far, I have not. So we were live just under an hour. The first time, I accidentally shut it off. I didn't even know I was hit. I didn't even know I shut it off. I'm like, are we still live? My face froze, and I'm like, why am I stuck? All right, I'm not quite back yet. I gotta grab a water. All right. All right. No forget, I don't think we're gonna get, sometimes when I'm live, a lot of times when I'm live, we get food. I get food served right here, and then I talk about it, I eat it. But not today, of all days. Not today. That's okay. I need to lose about 7 pounds. Now, I do not, there's nothing wrong with that. But the scale says you better get back down there. I don't want to, because weight is gained slowly and then you can't get it off. So that's the problem. Thanks for the blue jacket. So I don't watch mainstream news. Sadly, the reporters are after the money and not the truth. Yeah, do you want your job? So either they're not bright or they're crooks. Now, in politics, there's a pay scale for Congress and Senate and President. When people get money, when you get a higher paying job, what do? You buy something. So the average person, when they get a higher paying job, they'll take the extra money and spend it. So how do politicians become millionaires? The pay scale isn't set up that way to be a millionaire, but they become millionaires right away. And if you're working in a state prosecutor's office, that's not $1 million pay. But the millionaires, the people that are prosecuting Trump, when you look at their pay, you find out they're millionaires. It's like, why is an assistant DA in a state, she a millionaire? She's never done anything. She hasn't written a book, nothing. And she's a millionaire because they found a patsy to take the money and then do something like that. And that's why, and then people that are watching TV think, oh, Donald Trump's a lying, womanizing scumbag, right? Little do you know, it's the other party that's doing it. And then the television is telling you that if you think, if you're getting your news on the internet, you're being lied to. Oh, you don't know that you're getting misinformation. Now this is a misinformation thing. They actually have a czar of misinformation. It's like, that's what authoritarian states do. But people don't know that, so they think, they think everything's true. I don't believe in DEI hiring. You have that as your hiring criteria. We didn't have, well, I don't know if we had it. No one was, I was a hiring manager, but we didn't have one manager hiring people. I would do the first interview. If somebody applied for a kitchen job, I would screen out the people that if I say you don't work here, you don't work here. But if I say, okay, I have, who was timed out? Message was deleted by Nightbot. Hold on, let's view the deleted message. Who's here? Trump the goat, awesome. Weir. Hold on, Weir. Hold on, I gotta get used to these buttons here. Add as moderator. All right, Weir, I think you're added as a moderator. Where was I? That distracted me. Nightbot, if you use all capitals, you're not a moderator. Nightbot will take that out. Maybe I should get rid of that. I thought it was a good idea at first because we had a lot of people coming in. When people say greatest of all time, they really mean greatest that I know in my life. So if you're in your 20s, that's not a long time. If you're 24, you were born either in 99 or 2000. that means you don't know all this history. You may have heard some of it, but you didn't live it. So it doesn't make you stupid. In fact, there are ways of getting the necessary information from before you were born. I've done the same thing, but it just takes longer. That's why older people know so much, because they live a lot. Again, you got to be mindful that you've been getting lied to all your life. That's the other thing. Some of them only know what they're told. You need to listen to all the media, Jay, so that you'll know the truth. What are you, crazy? I didn't get my education watching TV. That just isn't true. It ain't true. If you're getting, they always tell you stuff, right, when you're watching TV. They always tell you learn things. It's like, that's just trivia. You learn trivia. My wife used to say, I'm smart. I said, I watch sports. It's nothing really to write home about. I noticed that there's a lot of incompetent people being hired to fill the quota under the DEI program. Yeah, I was a hiring manager. Now, we didn't look for unqualified people, but this was 5 years ago I quit, or 4.5 years ago, so 2019. Yeah, Mike, for coming in. Many of us know now, but the problem is the super majority of people that are watching TV are kids, and they're not as serious as we are. When you get older, you're looking for information, and then you gather information all your life, and then you say, this can't be true. And then you have ways of finding information, and then you weigh it against other things, and you say, this has to be true or not. But kids don't have that experience. Even if you're 60, you can go all the way back to 1960. That's 64 years ago. We were still being lied to back then. And the biggest way of doing it was in the commercial advertising. Now, there had only been 10 years of TV at the time, but a lot of the advertising was propaganda. You're in the army now. You're in the army now. You'll never get rid of a bitch. You're in the army now. That was a well-known song. But why are upper echelon people getting rich? They can't answer. Well, it's coming from the universities. The colleges are doing that. They're pushing the woke nonsense. I don't know how else to describe it. You gotta pass wokeism or they'll kick you out of college, or they'll scare you out. It's bad, but we're working on it. Charlie Kirk says, I go to speak at universities so you don't have to. He's got a lot of nerve, but that's what it takes. You got to go out there with balls. Donald Trump has balls, but then they're telling you, oh, womanize. How many years are they going to spend telling you he's a womanizing scumbag? I've had a number of girlfriends in bed in my life, mostly in my 20s, but there were a few after that I'm not proud of. There are old people that won't stop watching television news. They're locked in and they are stubborn. There's a large number of people. And there's a little bit of it going on here. I don't really go in and watch the news, but I think it's happening here too. Where, I don't think Marcos is my line of thinking. I don't know. Like TV, people say, well, I only watch TV for sports and comedy. Comedy's shut off. Excuse me. I lost that vocabulary because it's not in my vocabulary. When what happened? What do they call it when they shut somebody off and they say, "Oh no, we can't have him anymore"? No, we can't have him either. He told the truth. He's out. So they clever you that. But some people watch sports and they have it in the NFL and the NBA. They have it too. When they show the overhead pictures of the basket, and it says "Stop racism" and all this stuff, or the end zone, you goal, and then you look at the top of the field goal, the goalpost, and it'll be there too. End racism. It's like there's no racism until you see that, and then it's like, oh, I didn't know there was still racism. I guess I'll have to do my part to stop racism. What do I do? I even heard a white person say the N-word. Even coming here, they won't. I've been called by a black man. I've been called the N-word by a black man. I don't know why he was pissed off. He got out of his car and he just like, we were in stop traffic and he got out of his car and he started like, I don't know if he was threatening me or not. It felt like a threat, but I didn't know what was going on, and I thought I had a gun. It's not, somebody said political correctness to me in 1988, and I went, wait a minute, you mean Democratic Party correct? There's no such thing as political, because that's not politically correct for people that aren't Democrats. And he looked at me and he goes, yeah, I guess you're right. They just started calling it political correctness. In Massachusetts, they're a little deep blue. I can't believe it. I was watching a YouTube broadcast of a radio show, and they were talking to people on Twitch. So they had Twitch, and they had YouTube, and it was on the air and on I forget the 93.7 or something, but they had a number of people in the chat, and they were attacking me, telling me that Trump's assassination attempt was a conspiracy, that it wasn't real, that he just fell down like Biden, and that's a reason to vote for Biden. It's like they don't understand anything that makes sense. Chef Hassan Kitchen, good morning. You from Pakistan? Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for coming in. We're talking about the fact that we're being lied to by television media, and they've been lying to us since the 50s. The 1950s. So if you're 60, you've been lied to on TV all your life. That's what we're talking about. I was watching the debate on Charlie Kirk Live, and I was getting attacked in the chat by Democrats. They're like full of trolls. There are a large number of Democrats that don't understand fact from fiction. I expect that they were, maybe low-paid trolls, but still, or bots, because one bot was saying the same thing, Don the Con. He kept calling Trump Don the Con. And I'm like, you're a con. Look at you. You're conning me right now. And then another one, Don the Con, so it was automatic. Don the Con. That came out 5, 6, 7 years ago. Don the Con. It ain't true. It's just the media invented that. They invented that he was a lying. He lies about everything. He lies about everything. He lies about everything. He lies about everything. What's the lie? Give me a specific lie. Joe Biden's lying about everything. He can't even talk straight. I don't even know why they don't end this clown show. Edward Blackpear's here. Nephew Edward. Awesome. Thank you so much. Connect with Edward Blackpear, guys. He's got a good channel, but for some reason he's locked in a box like us, like we are. You need a collaboration, but you can't just do it on your own. You gotta do it YouTube's way. It's a YouTube's way, or merchandise. You can sell merchandise and get somebody to pay you to paid promotion. That will work too. I'm doing that. I'm good. I'm doing paid promotions for Filipina Christian and Christian Filipina, and Filipino Visa. So I got to do 2 videos per month. Norma and I do that, sitting down, facing the camera and talking and doing things. So we have a new one. Check it out, guys. Give it a thumbs up. I need some quick thumbs up on that in order for YouTube to push it. That's what thumbs up do. it's freedom of speech unless it doesn't agree with what they think. It's a lie, and then if they don't understand something, they just want to believe that it's a lie. So I have my own truth. I have my own truth. Oh, I could do a top 10 list about that, about my own truth. Where is that? Oh, I need a shortcut to my documents. I don't have File Explorer. Oh no. See, that's the thing. I'm all disorganized here. Where are my documents? It wasn't always like this. There's so many documents, though. It's hard to. How did I name that? All right. So, my own truths. Do I still have that? That's the other thing. How long will it take me to find it? I have my own truths. Which one is it? Why are jeepneys being phased out? Now they're replacing them with new vehicles, but the thing is, jeepney owners don't have big bucks to buy new vehicles. That's the problem, and there's so many of them. In Rizal, they haven't really shrunk in numbers. Some people like to get on the big buses. They go a little farther. The G-liner, it's a big bus. They have some shorter routes. They don't always go, 9-hour trips. Sometimes it's a one or 2 hour trip. You can do that, but those buses aren't usually full. And every once in a while you'll see one going down the highway. But the real popular ones are the jeepneys because they're so cheap. How to grow? Where is? I save things that I'm never going to need, right? Because I think, oh, I'm saving it because I might need it. But where is the that I want? The lies that you tell your kids. Well, the lies that you let your kids keep in their heads, I guess. Where is it? Huh. I can't find it. It figures. I should have found it by now. But I can't. But there's so many lies. There's like, I think it's like 5 lies that your kids think are true. Where is that? Let me search it. Oh, it's going to bring me to the internet. Nope. Search on my computer. It's not letting me. It's got a mind of its own. It's MSN. MSN's another one. MSN, Yahoo, AOL, they're all like far left, and there's millions of people there. Sleepy Time coming from Mike Wickham. Mike, where are you? I thought you were in the Asia. You could talk about these problems for hours. That's another problem I have is a lot of people are, no, I don't want that. Where are, oh, I just found a missing file, but it's still corrupt. Manila transport. I can't find it. How long am I going to look for it? They're suggesting things for me. They're suggesting their nonsense. I hate searching on MSN. Trending searches. Donald Trump. Not even, it's like number 10. This is how people don't care. Ukraine news. There's another one, Ukraine. I'm a part-time expat currently on duty. Are you in the Philippines, Warren? Warren, did I ask you what RCG stands for? I'm in North Carolina for a few months, then to Iloilo. Mike Whitcomb, Iloilo. What province is that? I've been to Leyte and Samar, the northeastern part of. Technically, it's eastern, but it's really the northeastern. The way, but it stretches. The Samar is furthermost east, so they put it in the east. I'm not sure why they do that, but it is what it is. Inside Out 2, full movie. So the second iteration of Inside Out is number 3 trending right now. A movie. Probably, I'm going to guess it's animated and it's for kids because 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-year-olds will all search nonsense. Nonsense. Inside Out, I'm going to search it. It's an animated movie. Number 3 search. Oops. And now it's it. This is nonsense. I don't even want to cover it all. It's all nonsense. How come I can't get trending? Oh, here's trending. Showbiz Daily. Pictures at the Oscars. Who cares? First of all, the Oscar voters are gay. And they're all left-wing. They don't even know. I heard somebody say most people choose what they are on one issue. So if you're LGBTQ, you have to be left-wing. If that's a lie, but people think it's true. I have to be left-wing because I'm LGBTQ, because people just beat up on me. They abuse me. It's awful. What a terrible life. That also isn't true. You make your life what it is. Yeah, it's nonsense, and it's trending because people who don't matter want to matter, and they want to be true. They want it to be important. A 9-minute delay due to stationary traffic on C6. I'm not worried about 9 minutes delay. I'm worried about 90-minute delays in the Philippines. How much you really need in retirement. You don't hear people like, it's a guy thing to have sports talk. And they always want to talk about a player. Brandon Ayuk said, I want to be traded. He's under contract for the 49ers. He used to be traded because, well, I'm having my prime seasons now. This isn't going to last forever, right? There's only a window of 4 years, 4 years where a player is going to be peak. You think you're LeBron James or not. So, like, pay me or trade me. So he's under contract, he's getting paid, he's already a millionaire, but he thinks he deserves more. So he thinks there isn't going to be any more because he's already under contract. And then we have people doing these talk shows that like, he deserves his, if you get a gold jacket and no money, you failed. Really? Why is Roger Staubach the richest player of all time? Because he didn't fail. He has a gold jacket, but he didn't fail. But the NFL didn't pay him his money. He made his money outside. That's too bad. If you think you're just going to get all these millions of dollars because you had 3 or 4 good years in football, you're a scumbag. Now, I don't begrudge, if they're making money, that's fine. I don't begrudge that. But to hold out under contract because he wants a new contract and they're not giving it to him, I don't get it. It's like, okay, And then you'll have people in other cities going, I hope he comes here. I hope my team gives him the money. When you do that, it's like, okay, we have cap space. When you do that, you don't have cap space. And then so if you do that to him for 1 year and then give him a contract that you can erase next year, well, it'll be up to us. If we don't want to erase it, we can pay him for 1 more year. If he's producing, that's fine. We don't have to replace him with another high-paid player. Okay, now we have 2 high-paid players, but only one of them's producing. That you get that a lot. When a lot of teams bring in, every year they'll bring in 2 guys for big money, and then only 1 guy produces, and then there's more years on the contracts, and then, okay, so he didn't produce, but he's still on contract. Now we got to pay him for 2 years, and he's got 1 more year, so we're dead. That's what you call dead cap space. If you get rid of him, it's dead cap space. He's still taking up cap space. So now you have 1 player out of the 2 that are making big money that's giving you anything. And now he's holding out for year 3. Like, okay, but you were injured for year 2. What's going on here? I mean, you weren't, not the whole year, but you played 3 games and then you got injured. And now he comes back and he's holding out. It's like, so those are your big money players. And then you get rid of the other big money players. That's cap space. That's dead cap space. So in the case of New England, they got rid of their big money quarterback. So they saved there. Cap space is allotted by not just overall team, but also by position. So that's their business. But if you're under contract saying pay me or trade me, okay, when they trade you, you're only going to approve if they pay you big money. What are you going to do, the same thing to them? Secrets, here's another trending story on MSN. Secrets millionaires won't tell you. Guy looks like a young Mark Zuckerberg. What they won't tell you, they don't tell you anything, they're liars. I know one thing, millionaires don't waste pennies. They don't buy stuff that's useless. That's what I'm doing. I'll buy stuff that's useless or it doesn't work. And here, we get a lot of, Chinese makes good stuff, but not everything they sell is good. So that's what sometimes I get stuff, it's cheap and it doesn't work. And I was like, why am I wasting cheap stuff that doesn't work? All these stories on the internet that don't make sense. It's all nonsense. Random historical facts, it's all not true. Or it doesn't matter. But people want to hear so here's conspiracy theories on the Trump assassination attempt are spreading like wildfire. See, that's what they're telling you. Oh, it's a conspiracy theory. Oh, he wasn't really shot. Yeah, he wasn't shot. He put his hand up there and cut himself on the ear. There were no bullets. That's what they're doing. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I'm going to give that a thumbs down. I learned how to drive so I could live and travel in a van. I'll give that a thumbs down. Sorry. Useless household items that you probably have. Sorry. We all have useless stuff. Thumbs down. Thumbs down. Thumbs down. It's just all going to get thumbs down. Even the weather. The weather is nonsense. Weather reports, the people giving you the weather can't tell you the truth. It's unbelievable. 50% chance of rain in your area. My local forecast, Angano Rizal, 50% chance of rain. Within 10 minutes, we had a downpour. What good is that? Well, there would be a 50% chance of rain, so we're not lying. Yeah, but you didn't give me anything that was useful. It should have said rain in the area. But no. Couples therapist reveals 10 signs you're in a healthy relationship. They're showing gay men. They actually look alike. Well, he looks goofy, so that's one of your problems. When you're in a healthy relationship, you'll look better. That's true. It is now okay to receive certain types of financial support in college sports. Yes, in college, period. It's not like if somebody gives you a gift, that's okay. I don't know if it has dollar limits, though. Ricky Gervais is a Democrat. We already know that. But I did like what he said that one time. I don't know if that was a one and done, though. That's the thing. I need water. I get a strange voice. I don't know if it didn't develop or I have a small larynx. I'm not sure what it is. Mark Anthony Noval. Hello, Megalev shout out. What's up? Ed Ism, you are a standard moderator. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you. We're talking about nonsense news and the truth and the fact that we're being lied to every day. My father was lied to throughout the history of television. If you're watching television news, you've been lied to since you were born. Signs that someone will grow up to be that's not true. There are no signs. Either you're a millionaire right now or we don't know. You know, I've earned over $1 million $1 million US in my life, but I'm not a millionaire because I spend it. It's the cost of living in the United States is out of reach, almost out of reach. It's almost out of reach. There's no room for savings. If you wanna, because most people think, okay, I wanna spend money that you're rich, and then you'll never be rich. I hate these stories that say, okay, here's a specific type of myth, like mythology, myth, untruth, that you probably still believe. Why do we believe in myths, and then left-wing media likes to push these types of videos, but it's not true. I don't get it. All they do is lie, but they want to tell us what's not true. What did Warren say? Sorry, Warren. Yeah. Mike, how old are you? Mike Whitcomb. Because the cost of living where I lived was always astronomically high. The rents went up in the 80s. They like quadrupled in the 80s. And so that was old news to me. When somebody from Nashville was complaining, and he's like, you don't understand, Jay. It's like, yeah, because it's such old news that I wasn't sure what you were talking about. I always contemplated moving south, but I didn't know anybody there, so I would have been all alone. But then we moved west, and we were all alone. It was a better cost of living. Oh my God, I don't want to leave the live stream. In the Philippines, first banyan tree luxury residence units start at 92 million. What? 92 million pesos. That's out of reach. That's going to get a thumbs down. More misconceptions that have become modern day facts. What do people think are facts? You have. Why would we think anything is a fact unless it's corroborated? Tim Desiak, good morning. Megalev shout out. NASA, okay, here's BS. NASA discovers a super Earth planet and it could harbor life. It ain't true. So these are the things they tell you. They don't tell you it's a myth, but then the next story is common myths that we think are a fact. It's ridiculous. Secrets millions won't tell you. Yeah, they're not going to tell you who they screwed over to get a deal done so that they could thrive financially. The person telling you that they're a friend to all is a friend to none. That's a fact. See, this whole left-wing thing, I'm reading MSN News, right? Microsoft Network News. It's all BS. Everything they tell you that's true is untrue. Or it just doesn't matter. Only an hour till sunset. Tim, I know you've been traveling around. An hour till sunset. So it stays light out late there because it's July. So you are in the West Coast, on the West Coast. But what state are you in? Mike's here, Tim Desiak's here. We got a number of people here. I don't know. They're coming in and out. We used to get a lot of viewers, but it doesn't put me up in the box right now. So they're shadow banning me. They say there's no shadow banning, but there's ways of doing it. They don't call it shadow banning, but they're just leaving me. I'm just dead in the water. I'm dead in the water with YouTube. It's because I'll sit here and tell the truth. There's nothing untrue that I ever said, unless I misspeak. If I misspeak, I'll know it right away. I'll know that I misspoke. Bongo says ex-President Duterte alive and eating. What's going on with Duterte? I already forgot his first name. I knew it, but I since Marcos has been president, I'm not really hearing anything. Does he have cancer or something? He's alive and eating, so I'm not really listening to the news feed. That's why. All right, now we're going up the trend instead of down, so now it's getting worse. Hollywood's most typecast actors, and you see all the familiar faces. Angelina Jolie. I think that's Van Damme. I'm not sure who that is. Yeah, Jennifer Aniston, Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey's speaking out, so they're going to cancel him soon. Rodrigo, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I don't know why. My mind just went blank because I'm thinking of too many different things, and when you're live, Tim, it's like your head's jumping. The world's deadliest rivers. Oh, stop it. That's going to get a thumbs down. At 21 years old, Andrea Brillantes invests in finding business. So what? She's already from a rich family. Who cares? Who cares about one of her investments? Is your space a mess? Try these decluttering challenges. That's going to get a thumbs down. Now that got because it's a woman's thing and they're all about this. Kevin O'Leary, don't know him. How I handle family members who ask for money, and the one rule I have. Yeah, fuck off. I'm giving thumbs down to all these stories. Why do mosquitoes bite some people but leave others alone? All thumbs down on that one too. Car myths you should stop believing. Back to the mosquitoes. There's a scent that your body gives off based on what's in blood, and that's the reason you get bit. So, car myths you should stop believing. That's going to get a thumbs down. I am a multi-millionaire. Here's how to make kids financially literate. I'm going to give that a thumbs down. The worst movies of all time. That's getting a thumbs down. We know that that's biased. I'm not even going to read that. Inquirer. Gachalian reports threats against his life for probing Alice. That's going to get a thumbs down. Canlaon. Who lives near Mount Canlaon? What Philvox says about chance of eruption. That's going to get a thumbs down. They don't know. Chance of eruption. When it starts smoking, then there's a chance of eruption. Historical misconceptions you thought were true. Now that's different than what everyone thinks. Other than the fact that you've been lied to all your life. You're being lied to, guys. Financial advisor, this is #1 trick for getting rich. That's going to get a thumbs down. Multi-millionaire investor shares how he can retire at the age of 33. That's going to get a thumbs down. Terrifying urban legends that are actually true. That's going to get a thumbs down. Suspect surrenders in the Philippines, killing of Australian couple. Filipino relative. That's not even letting me give it a thumbs down. How much you really need in retirement savings. That's getting a thumbs down. You need what you have, that's for sure. You can't need what you don't have. You're not getting any more money. That's getting a thumbs down. All the best pictures at the Oscars, that's always going to get a thumbs down. Top tips adults wish they could tell their younger selves. That got a thumbs down. That's not the way life works. Saucy Pug, good upon, mega love shout out, Team Happy finally. Selexi is here, say hello. So Selexi Vlogs is here, Tim's here. Say hi to Tim, guys, and Saucy's here. I didn't put it in my title. If I did, there would be more Team Happy would show up. They're looking at titles, I guess. I want money. I realize that when I give away more than 100, 200, 300, 500, the same couple of people are winning. So I don't know if there's I suppose worth watching. This is Good Morning MSN. We're watching MSN News here. Microsoft. 30 things that King Charles can do that you can't. Oh, really? Yeah, he can buy a ticket to Davos that I can't. I could probably buy a ticket to Davos. You'll be back home Sunday? Awesome. So, you're still in Vancouver, I think it was, that you went to, Tim? The hidden meanings in Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, that's automatically getting a thumbs down. So, okay, here we go. Wait, 30 things King Charles, that's getting a thumbs down. He has access to the most money in the world. That's why his coat of arms says that he's the Antichrist. And then somebody else came out disrespectfully saying, coat of arms doesn't count. So I believe that you don't have the fruit of the Spirit of the Lord, though. I think you're one of the Antichrists. Philippine solar panels. See how much it'll cost to install them. I can't give that a thumbs down. That's an ad. So that's a scam. 11 best fighter aircrafts of 2024. That's a thumbs down. That's not anyone's business, unless you want to get rid of them. Alex Ayala rises to new WTA career high rankings. Thumbs down. Who cares? Even if I do care, why is that a story? When they show an event, then they can tell me. They don't need to have a side story about it. Beepers, videotapes, and other gadgets from yesteryear. Thumbs down. We don't forget that stuff. They're gone for a reason. They're gone for, and then they show Seinfeld, so, you know, that's part of big media. 6 interesting facts about the Big Bang Theory you might not know about. That's going to get a thumbs down because who cares? There's no such thing as the Big Bang Theory. It's just a theory. It's not science. There's a reason it's a theory, because it is science. Mix is here. Mix, what's going on? We'll give you a moderator. We'll be friendly to you today, standard moderator. Sing Venus Unicorns here. Awesome. What's going on, Mix? Tell me a story. Just, what was the word I used? There was a word I used. Don't complain about other people. Like don't tell me who I should be up against. You can tell me what someone said, but you can't tell me whose side to take. Let's go backwards here. LPA started over Eastern Samoa. What's an LPA? That's a weather thing. It's something about the weather. I was in Central Samoa, so all the way from the San Juanico Bridge all the way up to Katarman, which takes that takes 16 hours, I think, something like that. It's crazy. Hapsters is here. Mega love shout out. Good morning to you also. We're talking about the fact that we've always been lied to. I'm looking at MSN newsfeed, little news stories, they're ticking, and I'm giving them all thumbs down. Except one. There was one about the truth. I mention it though. Mega love shout out. Thank you. Thank you, Hapsters. Hello, Mick says hello. Moscow on its knees for YouTube. Why? We get movies and news feeds from Moscow and China here. And Moscow's not our natural enemy. Moscow is political enemies with the political bosses in America, which will soon be gone. But the deep state will still be there. People say, oh, it doesn't exist. It's part of the big lie. No. The deep state is anyone appointed to run something that was never elected and stays and keeps his job. That's what deep state is. Gina Mawalik, awesome. Thank you for liking. I can't see Kapalak. Thank you. I couldn't see that because of the background. Hapsters. Gina's here. Tim, when are you coming back to the Philippines? Hapsters wants to know. I do too. I think he said, but it's back in the chat. I don't remember exactly what he said. Moscow on its knees for YouTube. Yeah, because Russia's blocked. Russia's blocked. They always block stuff because of Russia. Russia's no more an enemy than Ukraine. YouTube took sides. Like in the beginning, they just said, we stand with Ukraine. You can't talk about it because it's a done deal. We've decided that we're going to be friendly with Ukraine. And that was all political sense. That's the left. The left decided that they were going to send all of our money, which makes it my business, to the Ukraine. If you send my money, you're taking taxes out of me to send to the Ukraine. That's my business, and I have a right to talk about it. Do you not wear your Arsenal top anymore? Who's that? Who wears an Arsenal top? What's that mean? You'll be home Sunday morning, Philippines time. Oh, okay, cool. There it is. He lives here. I forgot about that. How could I forget? He lives near Angeles City. Is it Angeles? I guess it's Angeles, not Angeles. Mix, what's Arsenal top? I don't have a soccer jersey. That's not me. That's somebody else. So that's going to get a thumbs down. What the 2024 Philippines team will be wearing in Paris, the Olympic uniforms. It's not a trending story. Sorry. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. It's 87 Fahrenheit here right now as I speak. Oh, I love those fans. I don't have one, but I love it. 10 best fan deals on Amazon that'll keep you cool. Amazon is the scum of the earth. And I'll tell you why. I do business with them because I need to. Now, here it's Ladada. But that doesn't mean they did everything wonderfully. Amazon, which is part of the BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard, the big three investors that tell us what to do, not named the WEF. Well, they're all on board with this globalism, which is not in our best interest, guys, because we're not a part of the group. George Kuhn said that years ago, before any of this was happening. I used to wear an Arsenal top. I probably didn't realize it was. Not me. Who is Arsenal is English, right? I didn't have any English shirts. I had a Filipino shirt, but that was like years ago. I only wore it like once. I gave it away because there was a house fire and they needed clothing, so I gave away a whole case of shirts and some shorts. Has anyone experienced a glitch, or is it just me? I'm not noticing a glitch. I accidentally ended my first live stream. That did happen. It went about just under an hour, and now we're over an hour. I've been here for 2 hours. English football thing. Yeah, that's not me, Mix. That's somebody else had that. It wasn't me. And even still, I don't wear the same shirt every day. I haven't worn this in over a month. So no, sometimes they get mixed in the wash and then it gets moved up a week. I could wash anywhere from 7 to 10 shirts or more. So it could move up a week. So anywhere from 3 to 5 weeks, I don't wear a shirt. Send a video, something happened with YouTube, my YouTube live. Yeah, my first one ended after less than an hour. And I think I just actually, and I'll check that out over here. Wait, where's my number? Wait. Oh, yeah, that was a glitch. Oh. No, it has to be right. Yes, all right, so. Might have been a glitch. I didn't know I was ending the live stream. I was looking in my other tabs on this. I'm on phone right now, so I was just looking in the other tab, and then all of a sudden I wasn't live. That might have been the glitch. Let's see. I'm going to check it out right now. Thanks for the thumbs up, Mix. Thank you. I got to get my hair done. I don't know if my wife said she was making an appointment. I don't. Honey, do I have a hair cutting appointment? Do I have a haircut? Yes or no, please. She won't answer me. It's like she forgot her English. Yeah, it's a blank screen. It won't load up. Oh, here we go. Nope, that's something else. Yeah, those are old videos. And are you talking about an old video? It's not live. It wasn't today's live stream. I don't know. Not getting any sound on there. I'll try that again. I'll be friendly with Ukraine, and that was all.
Something's happening.
Is that the end of the live? That might be the end of the live stream. I was not aware of that, but then I realized the live stream was over. I don't know if it's your glitch or mine, or it might have been my glitch. Was that at like between 45 and 50 minutes, somewhere around there? Because I can't see. How did you get the whole video there? Let's take another. friendly with Ukraine? That just happened? Oh, I don't think that's me. How did you get that little clip? Did you just press the clip? It's still happening. Let me go over there and look. I'll get rid of this. Hey, Jack. Jack just messaged me. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, it's cool. Let's see what's happening here on the live stream. I'm not saying anything. Hello, check 1 2. Hello, check 1 2. It's not loud. I'm not very loud, am I? It took so you can see it. Oh, we did a video. All right, so am I clear now? That's the important part. It looked like my test. I don't. Oh, you know what? What minute mark was that? Is that about 7 minutes ago? It's when I said Ukraine. Oh, maybe it's YouTube looking for the word Ukraine. You're not supposed to say that. It doesn't exist. That's part of. Yeah. Nix is here. Nix, what's going on? I don't know if it's still there. It might not still be there. I think they did that so no one would hear me say Ukraine. If the government uses our tax dollars to send to a country, it's my right as an American to say I disagree with that. So for YouTube to stop me from saying Ukraine, it just means that they're an evil platform. That's all that means. And that explains why I don't get my impressions out there in the bucket. That's why I need thumbs up, guys. I need thumbs up. I need more than I need you to stay right there for a few minutes anyway, at least for 3 minutes. J Mike, do you ever bring wife over to America? Not yet. We have too many places to go and people to see. So it's not like I can just bounce around the world like that. I'm not a millionaire. I have 1 million pesos, but not $1 million. My brother had a lot of money and he traveled back and forth because his wife in the Philippines had children. She was unmarried, but she had children. And he adopted them all. And they live in the U.S. now, but she works. So she didn't really have, she had a place to live, but she didn't have a house like we have here. So it's not, we've got a good place here, so there's no reason. And plus, I gave my houses away in the U.S. My cars and houses were given away for my daughters to have something. Traveling is, well, when you go around the world, you got to pay something. It's not like $10. Hello, E.T. Mega Life shout out. Take care, Tim. Thanks for stepping in. Thank you. So, and the other thing is, Norma wants to go to other countries. We have a daughter in Australia, and they're waiting for us to visit. They're waiting to see me. So we will go there. The guy that want to put me in jail is here. Yeah, try to. It's not a live stream though, so there's people that are trying to put him in jail too. Just know that. You're not making fun of everybody, Mix, but he's being a good guy right now. At the moment, he's being a good guy, so let's see. We have places we want to go to that are closer, so more affordable to travel to. We've got Hong Kong, Tokyo, Singapore, and Sydney, Australia. Australia is next. And then we want to go to Boracay. And then I don't know when America's going to come. Now, never say never. I am American. I may end up going there because I do have kids. I would hate to think that I'm never going to see my daughters again, but they're also invited here, and I haven't seen them here yet either. I told my youngest, you might like it here. You'd like that for sure. Going to those cities, yeah, I gotta go. You'd be so close and much cheaper around Asia travel, of course. Yeah, closer flights are cheaper. Gotta travel while you are able. I'm getting older. It's harder to put up with stuff. Even if it, I guess there's so many aches and pains that I don't think of it as pain more. But it kind of like, it's hard to stay in a good mood because you get, like, there's always aches here, back here. There's no central point of it. It's just all around. And so I don't take anything for it. I don't take aspirins. I don't take ibuprofen. I don't take acetaminophen. I don't take paracetamol. I was sick like a week ago, and I was sick for days, and then finally I decided to take a paracetamol, and then took another one about 8 hours later. So I took a couple of those, and that's it. There's no more. I don't just, like my sister tells me, and she's only 3 years older than me. She said, Jay, I take Advil, which is ibuprofen, one day, and then the next day I take acetaminophen, and then I go back to Advil because I can't take one every day. And I'm like, but you're hooked on them. You got to stop that. No, I'm not stopping. So Americans are just hooked on pills for whatever reason. There's pills for different things. Holistic healing is always the best way to go. Food is your problem. I would say I don't believe in pills. I don't believe in prescriptions or anything like that. I mean, if you have surgery, yes, you need some pain, but not always be on all your life. Like my mother has 10 chronic subscriptions. She's 88, but she's had them for a long time. No, I need this, I need that, I need all these. No, Ma, you don't. Her doctor told her not to eat broccoli because it causes pain. Well, that's because you have a different problem that's causing it. It's not the broccoli. The broccoli's, there's pain because you have another problem that you're not fixing. Problem is putrefaction, which that's an existing thing. Putrefaction is true. It's stuck in everyone's intestines, and it's not good. You got to get rid of that. You got to get rid of it, and it's not fun, but it's not surgery either. You got to do it, and a lot of people are like misinformed about that. What does the Catholic Church frown on? I would say don't do what the Catholic Church tells you to do. Do what the Bible tells you to do. Because the Catholic Church has just 10 major things that they tell you to do that's not biblical. That's the problem I have with Catholics. Holistic. What is holistic? Let's look that up. Well, let's go see what that is. It's a healing approach that treats the whole person, including their body, mind, emotions, and spirit. It is based on the idea that each part of a person is connected, true, and that achieving balance among all areas can lead to optimum health and well-being. There's nothing evil about that. Now, you can ask God to help you make that work. That would be a good thing. Fixing your chakra. Be calm. There's nothing wrong with that. You got to ask yourself, is this unbiblical? Am I following a demon? That's what you got to ask yourself. Nothing wrong with being calm and having peace with yourself. If you are putting God first and asking Him for wisdom and help, then maybe He can help you do that. It doesn't have to be religious. I need to go to jail now. Bye, everyone. God bless me. God bless you, E.T. Thanks for stopping in. Oh, boy. Always good to see E.T. It's awesome. He's a good boy. Somebody, years ago in the news, a 19-year-old boy, kid, guy, he was a big man, though, 19 years old, stole a public bus, a big bus, and he drove around and was crashing into cars, and then eventually started crashing into police cars because they were following him and chasing him. And then they got his way, and he crashed into it. So eventually they shot him to death. And they got his mother on camera, and she said, "He was a good boy." If it has nothing to do, if you're putting God first, and you're asking God for wisdom to discern whether this is ungodly or not, God can give you the wisdom to tell you that's okay. Ask Him to help you with wisdom. God, am I committing a sin by doing this? If I am, please help me to understand that. You're asking God for understanding. There's nothing godly about that. But there are 10 things, at least 10 things, that the Pope wrote or finished writing or signed off on the Catholic Catechism, which is unbiblical. That itself is ungodly. The Catholic Church theory is if you have pain, you should ask Him directly to heal. Yeah, but that's not biblical. That's what I'm talking about. The Catholics do things that they take God into their hands and they say, you do this and you will be saved, and that's not true. You can only ask for God to give you the Spirit to guide your decisions. That's what you do. Guide my decisions with the wisdom to know if this is good or evil. That's what we do. If the fruit is good, then it's not necessarily evil. I don't like to talk about Catholic theory. It's not all the true God. The Pope is going to end up, he's doing things now that are ungodly. He said that the official Catholic announcement on the resurrection is that Jesus wasn't resurrected. Now that's ungodly. A faith healer needs to be, not to be a priest, he needs to be godly. He can be a pastor. So if it's just some woman that, she has a Ouija board, stuff like that, then that's not necessarily godly. That's not. See, you got to have wisdom. It doesn't need to be a priest. But you have to ask God. Yes, you do have to ask God. God protects us when we are true believers in the true God. Like Oprah says, I'm a Christian. Yeah, but you invented your own God. It doesn't work that way. A lot of people are doing that. The Method have done it. There's a lot of them that are doing it, Well, it's okay to have, gay pastors and all this stuff and the rainbow flag. No, it's not. You're not risking anything if you follow the Bible and forget about the Catholic Catechism. The Catechism is ungodly. It's unbiblical. It may not necessarily be ungodly, but it's unbiblical. My hands are cold. I didn't realize that. I get the aircon here, but I don't really realize how cold I am. All right. I'm answering messages. They're YouTubers, that's why. There are many people here that use faith healers to cure backs, etc. I need to go for now, having dinner with friends. All right, awesome. Perhaps thank you for stopping in and posting. Thank you so much right now. Thank you. So, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be live. I just wanted to do a little bit of talking, but we do have an audience, so thank you so much for coming in, guys. It means a lot to me. back to the healing. Okay. But you got to put God first. The whole thing about salvation is putting God first in everything you do. That's the catechism is not biblical. The Catholics have gone to the side and said, okay, we're going to create our own God. That's what they're doing. They think the Pope is the Father. And Jesus said that ain't true. My Father is in heaven. You don't need to tell somebody your sins. That's for you, between you and God, who in heaven. So I'm not going to back down from that. Because if there's anything I know, it's the first truth and all truth after that. I know that. If I don't know that you're telling me the truth, I'll say I'll get back to you. I'm not going to just make things up. But there's one truly made up, and that's the catechism. You don't need 10 extra things in your life to wonder if you're going to be saved. Or the old Catholics that think, I was baptized, I was 5 days old, I'm all set. That also isn't true. You're doomed if you think that. But they don't think that way because they're Catholic. I'm all set. That ain't true. You're not all set. Now, I don't stop my wife from being Catholic, but I will tell her that the catechism isn't true. Because it's unbiblical. All right. So, what else do we have going on here? Norma's making lunch. I am coming up on it, close to needing a break. There was a Catholic priest here that refused communion to a politician the other day because he promotes abortion. I admire that priest. Yeah, I'm not saying that priests are completely unbiblical. I'm married. My first marriage was in a Catholic church. We didn't turn our backs to the audience. We turned around and faced the audience, and we talked to them. It wasn't a backs to the audience so that the only person we saw was the priest and the organ player. We turned around and saw everybody, including the priest. So, but what's this communion? Why would priests make a communion with a politician? All right, so no, you're in Ireland, right? So there's imperfect things with politicians. Some people say that all politicians lie. People hate Trump because he tells you all about his successes of sick and tired. They don't understand that. Biggie, I'm broke. Sicko Miko, J Mike's killing it. Thanks, Biggie. Thank you. I'm broke. That means you don't have money for me. There was someone was doing a talk show, a couple of the sports guys, and they were talking Brandon Ayuk under contract for the San Francisco 49ers, and he's having his best seasons of his life, and whoever he's talking to, he's realizing that top players only have, especially wide receivers, you're only going to have 2, 3, 4 good seasons. And then when your contract's over, if you signed a long-term deal after your rookie deal, you're not really going to have a window of opportunity to make money. So he's saying, renew my contract or trade me, which is a ploy that they do. But where was I going with that? Trump 2024, yeah. Yeah, so power to him if he can get traded and get more money. But that's who knows what they're gonna do. But there's so much. I totally forgot the point I was trying to make, and I will admit that I got lost in the because of I was reading the chat and trying to think at the same time. I can't do those two things. Okay. And typing, I'm messaging with somebody, so I got to stop that. Oh, let's see. I could play it back, but I don't have to stop talking. Oh, communion with the Eucharist. What's that? What's the Eucharist? I've heard it over and over. I don't want to. I'm letting go of the Catholic. I was in a Catholic church, but and my daughters were raised Catholic, but we let go of that. But we'll look up. Oh, okay. It's a Catholic saint and sacrifice that is central to the Christian faith. It completes the initiation process and allows participants to receive Holy Communion. It is a memorial of Jesus Christ's sacrifice of his body and the blood on the cross, which he instituted at the Last Supper. So I can take it or leave it. I don't have. There's nothing bad about that. And guys, give me a break. It's the body of Christ, so that's fine. I don't disagree with that. Give me a second. I'll be right back. My mic is live, so I can still talk. You guys are gonna. Oh, Norma, you want my mic? I'm gonna take a quick leak. I don't know. They're gonna hear the water. I shouldn't do that. Uh-oh. They're not gonna hear the water splash, so I'll come back and leave the mic here. Look at that. It's awesome. I'll be right back. Norma's, hey, we're gonna have a little. I'll end the live stream. As I approach the camera, I'm fixing my zipper. That's the way I am. I just realized that at the last second. I'm not zipped up. I'm not zipped up. It's too difficult. I don't know what it is. I'm getting old. That's the only thing I can explain. So I want to say, for those of you who are still watching, thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Now, I'm not totally disagreeing with Catholics. You are a Christian. You just have to realize that some things are not biblical and that the Catholics have done. And I think there's going to be more about this Pope. And then he's going to be out. he's going to be canceled or quit. I don't know which. Most popes are in it for life, but not this one. He's going to be out. Okay, that's fine. I want to say that almost every episode, whenever I'm live, I don't do it on my videos with Norma. I don't do it, and not every video or every live. My shorts, I don't do it, and on my regular videos, I don't do it. But there's a reason he's not getting the respect. He's changing things. He's telling the world that Catholics can form a new religion with all of the Abrahamic religions, things like that. But I want to talk about YouTube for a second. I have made it clear that I don't agree with the politics of YouTube. Like, I believe that they're far left. Their investors are far left. I despise that. You know, they invest in the Fortune 500. I don't despise corporations, but I despise what they're telling people to do. It's not all necessary. I don't believe in the left. I believe they don't they don't believe in the first truth. They're rejecting God, and that's against what I believe in to be true. The first truth is that God created in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. It wasn't a big bang and then millions of years. That's not true. There's no planet, there's no big earth-like planet of life on it. That you can't just say there might be life on it. You have to have proof, and you don't. And they do this every year. Every year they do this. There's another planet we discovered, and there may be life on it. Where did that come from? Where does that come from? A lot of astrophysicists think there might be life out there, and I'm going to find it. Well, how come no one's ever found it? Good morning, there's Norma. She's still waking up. Honey, you didn't take your coffee. Oh, I need mustard. I was going to do something, but things change every second. We got, those are Hungarian, I think they're Hungarian sausages. You got scrambled eggs and beautiful whole grain toast right there. With
Good morning, everyone.
everyone, wait for it.
Good morning.
There's the beautiful side of me. It's a brunch, yeah, it's a brunch. That's what we get around here. What time? It's 11:59. It's gonna hit 12 before I take another bite. All right, we'll start off with a little mustard. So, 3 o'clock. I'm getting a haircut at 3 o'clock. So, I'm getting cut off. I wanted to talk about how I'm opposed to the left because the first truth is not there. They're against the Bible. They're eventually going to outlaw anyone talking about it. And they pretty much, there are channels that have gotten their wrists slapped for doing so. Many bishops don't, yeah. Anyway, yeah, in a minute, hon. So, I believe in the first truth. Now, I'm not a religious channel, but I will say that. I will stand for that and say that I believe in the first truth. And I weigh everything. For me to know if you're lying or not, I will weigh it against the first truth. Does it have the fruit of the Spirit? If not, that's true. So, and to know that, I use the Bible and I pray to the Holy Spirit. God helps me figure that out. I don't decide right away until I'm sure. And that's how you know that in the end, the people that will perish in the end will be the non-believers, and they will burn. The elites building bunkers in the mountains, most mountains are volcanoes, and you'll be the first to melt. You will burn. You will burn those bunkers, and all you'll be able to do is scream. Wah! Wah! It's been written. Most will burn in the end. Well, we know fire is going to come down from heaven. It's going to happen. And in the book of Revelation, I don't remember what chapter it is. I don't know if it's chapter 3, 4, or 5, right around the middle of Revelation. There's no more instructions to Christians, which means they will be gone. That's how you know. Thank you, darling. My wife is so good to me. That's why I'm here. No reason to go back to America.
It's hot.
No reason to go back to America. We have too many luxuries here. Biggie is right. We have luxury. Honey, I've taken like 3 or 4 bites and now you're telling me it's hot. Oh. Yeah, I won't drink the coffee right away. It's too hot. All right. A king's brunch right here, guys. Yeah, God's going to be even tougher in the New Testament. And the reason that I say that is because there'll be more millions and billions of people that will perish. In the Old Testament, it wasn't as many people. It was only a handful. I don't know if it was 7, 8, 9, because I didn't really try to memorize that. But it was only like 9 or 10 generations in the Old Testament. That's 1,600 years. Because Methuselah was, I can't remember if he was like 6th or 7th generation. Noah's grandfather. He lived 969 years, according to the Bible, which I believe to be true. The reason I believe the Bible is true is because the more time goes by, the more we realize that it's proving everything right. Everything is being proven right. All the prophecies have almost all come true. There's only a few of them left, and we know what those are. You know, the Antichrist has not been revealed yet. Things like that. That's where we are. Once we know who that is, we'll know that there's less than 7 years left to the earth. People will be praying to die and they won't be allowed to die. Everybody else will be killed. Can you imagine millions of rotting bodies everywhere and you're praying to die and you can't die? That's how you know you're doomed. There will be 2 witnesses saying, repent now or you're doomed. And people will reject that and say, I don't care. I want money and sex. You'll be among the last to live, crying for money and sex. If more people read the Bible, there would be more God-fearing people, and we would have less trouble in this world. You can't read the Bible alone. You can't just read the Bible. It's in old-style language. The first thing we have trouble with is what was the average people like back then? That's the language it was written in, and it was written in Hebrew. And the New Testament was written in Greek, Aramaic. So they had different. If you translate word for word, it will not make sense. You have to understand the manner of speaking. Like, I can't translate English words right into Tagalog words. It won't make sense. They have different ways of speaking. That's the hardest part about learning the Bible. So what we did in Bible study was, if there's people there, we will have 5 Bibles, all different translations. I'll have the New International Version. Dong will have the First King James Version. Somebody else will have the Standard Version. Somebody else will have the New King James Version, and so forth. There's plenty of translations. And then we match one verse in one chapter with another verse from another chapter, and then we discuss it. We'll discuss it for an hour. Questions come up that I couldn't imagine. There's just so many questions, and it doesn't stop. You stop because you run out of time. It's time to go home, guys. We'll pick up this chapter next week. It's just like school. In fact, there's two types of schools, accredited and non-accredited. The accredited schools are accredited by the government, which is ungodly. So, basically ungodly. And they're ruling out, I didn't understand it. When they took the 10 Commandments out of courthouses, I didn't understand that. And they did it all across the country. These are the things YouTube is not against. But yet, YouTube has rules against like showing gross stuff because it will bother the children, or it will show the truth. We can't have that. We can have you making a video and putting the word shocking on your thumbnail, but you can't actually show me anything shocking. What's up with that? These are the criticisms I have of YouTube. And then what they do is they don't give me impressions. They just won't. They won't show me to anybody. You can't click on me unless you're online and you're subscribed to me already. Or there's very few of those. Do I go to church on Sunday for born-again Christians? There's no denomination that says Church of Born-Again Christians. But I go to church on Sunday. We have a pastor. In America, we went to a Filipino church, but that was Christian fellowship. Word of God, Christian fellowship. Here, it's Assembly of God. But I believe that the pastor is born again. Jesus said, in order to get to heaven, you must be born again. Born again means that your old self is dead. You've asked Jesus to kill your old self and to walk with you as a born-again person. When you sin, and you have to believe that he was killed for you and was resurrected as God to be in heaven with the So those are the things I have against YouTube. Now maybe the format of my channel is not right, but my videos, there is a format. But they don't get views either. My live streams get more views. Maybe because there's more time to come in, I guess. More time for more people to come in. Maybe that's what it is. But no one's watching. So yes, we do go to church, but it's not born-again Christian. Now it's Assembly of God, because that's the church we found most like Christians. Eckies, mega love shout out. Thank you for coming in. Thank you, Eckies. Norma's Catholic. Now, our nephew, Norma's nephew by blood, came here and said, and he's a pastor, and he said, Jay, I pray for her that she can be saved, because she's not saved because she's not born again. So I pray for her to be saved, and you're her husband now, so you prayed. I said, yes, I'm praying too, that she can be saved. And she comes with me to church. So, my daughters were all baptized as Catholic, but that doesn't count. That doesn't make you born again. You have to be the age of reason, you have to be an adult, and you have to proclaim that Jesus is the Lord who died for you, gave his blood, and was resurrected. You must be an adult, and then you have to dip in water. I'm doing good. We're talking about the truth. YouTube hates that. I believe YouTube hates that. Because the major investors of YouTube are BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street, who are on the far left. And YouTube takes their political policies and stands against Christianity. It is lunchtime here in the Philippines. Magandang tanghalian, guys. We're coming from the Philippines. I'm having my brunch. It's a beautiful thing. Hungarian sausage, scrambled eggs, and whole grain toast. With water, coffee, and mustard. Sorry to hear that. I believe YouTube stands against the truth of the people who stand on the right. Yep, they're all on the far left. The diversity, equity, and inclusion. I believe in that, but I don't believe in doing it automatically. Zavishai, awesome. Zavishai. That's all I can say. Tell me if I didn't say that right. Zavishai. Or Ziv. Zavishai. There's a lot of good movies, but you gotta hard to find them. You don't know until you watch them. Now, about a year ago, we watched 3 or 4 movies about assassins, and they always make them out to be humans with love and feelings and stuff like that. And then, it doesn't end well for them. Live by the bullet, die by the bullet. But now, this year we're watching, not all, but mostly a lot of Western movies, which is the 1800s, horses, no electricity. Everyone had a gun. And so much murder. Everyone's like, if you're shot in the torso, you're probably dead. Because they're using 45 caliber handguns. If a bullet touches your head, you're probably dead. Because you're probably in the middle of nowhere, you're not going to get medical attention. And it's a 45 bullet. Blow your head clean off. Eke's Tombstone, yeah, I saw that. There's a lot of good movies, but there's no electricity, and there's a high probability that someone's going to get shot to death. Now, I know there's honest people that didn't use guns to shoot and kill and be killed, but movies don't focus on that. Young Americans get their minds polluted. Yeah, so do young Irish people and English people too, and every other country. But there's also young people that understand the truth. So I'm not going to make those statements. Good eye, halfway. Halfwood is here. Deuce Volt is here. Awesome. What's going on, Deuce? Hope everything worked out for you. Whatever it is, whatever that was. Thanks for coming in. I'm eating every bit of that brunch. That was awesome. My wife made me Hungarian sausages with scrambled eggs and whole grain toast, butter, water, coffee. I'm doing good. We're talking about truth and what's important, stuff like that. We're being lied to. I had to go live twice. It doesn't matter how old you are. Television has lied to you all your life, no matter how old you are. My mother's 88. I said, Ma, TV has been lying to you all your life. Yeah, I know, Jay. It started with the ads, with the propaganda ads. Telling people that the military industrial complex is a good thing. And that they're fighting for you and we need them. And that was from 1950, from the beginning of television till today. And we still have people that follow television news. You got to be careful, Mix. Where are you getting this information? It's split, but I don't know what the percentage of this is. Individual people deserve to have the right to bear arms. I believe in having the right. I don't need to own a gun. I never bought a gun. I never owned a gun. But I will always believe in the right. Have the right to own a gun. Most gun owners don't kill people. What's up with that? It prevents the government from sending police to your house and taking away. That's what that does. Just because you're sensitive about guns and you want to get rid of them doesn't make it right. Police and other types of officials own guns. Why is it now when they're off duty, they still have a gun? So why should they be the only people with guns? It's not right. Now, for you to say that tells me there must be media putting that in your head. Because why? Or you'll say, no, they're not making arguments in favor of it. They'll show a shooting and say, why don't we get rid of guns? You tell me, Joe. You know where school shootings? I'm, I'm sure it's well known that there's huge school shootings in the USA. There's only one reason for that. Those are gun-free zones. Tell me if I'm lying. School shootings occur in gun-free zones. Don't forget, Nix, there's 320 million people in the USA. I guarantee you, China, there's more people. And there's more dead people, too. I guarantee there's over 100 million dead that didn't have the right to own a gun, and the government said, you want to come with us? No, we're not asking you if you want to come with us. Come with us. We need to take care of you. Now, the real Antichrist will say, that never happened. Why, because you didn't see it? You didn't see the Big Bang either, but you know it happened, right? Millions of years ago. Billions of years ago. And then you're going to tell me, if we wait billions of years, DNA will write itself on every cell of our bodies. It's a different kettle of fish. Why? Because they're not humans. I'm telling you, schools are gun-free zones because the anti-gun establishment has decided we need it to be a gun-free zone. Okay, so if I put a sign up saying this is a gun-free zone, kids don't own guns anyway. But if I put up a sign saying this is a gun-free zone, that's going to keep a killer out. A sign that says no guns here is going to keep a lying killer outside. It's totally ridiculous. You're not going to win an argument that says we need to get rid of guns. Because if we outlaw guns, only outlaws will have guns. That makes all police types outlaws. Oh. If someone wants to kill a large number of people, they'll just find the easiest possible way to do it. They'll just find another way. Guns are here. Making laws against them doesn't stop them from being available. They're still going to be here. If a cop or a military person has a gun, then anyone else has a way of getting a gun. It doesn't matter what the laws are. There's 50 states. Most states have a higher population than the entire country of Ireland. Mixed, that statement doesn't make sense. If people in the States just kept their guns in the house and not bring the public in, it would make a huge difference. If men all over the world kept their dick in their pants, there wouldn't be any children. That's basically what you just said. Gun owners, if I own a gun and my kid gets pissed off, he's going to take my gun and bring it to school. Not all kids do that. It's a grain of sand on the beach. when you count them. Making laws against guns won't stop that. Making laws to outlaw guns doesn't stop that. People are carrying guns in this, yeah, and then they're not killing people in the streets. There's over 100 people that were known associates actually employed by the Clintons over the last 30 or 40 years that have wound up dead, and they're all apparent suicides. Why is that? Now we have politicians who are the perpetrators, but no one's talking about that. You're just talking about something that's easy to say because, see, that's what you hear in television news. That's all you're trying to repeat what you think you remember from the news. That's what you're doing. So most of what you're saying is what's been said on news, on television news, which I'm saying you've been lied to. China's a different kettle of fish. I'm going to go back on that because there's not a lot of people chatting. What makes that different? Nobody has guns in China, right? But yet they're all shot to death. Why is that? They don't even get. There were 5,000 news people arrested in Hong Kong in 2020. Where are they? Where are they? Don't tell me China's a different kettle of fish, because to me, China's right across the pond. China's actually closer to the Philippines, way closer to the Philippines than America is to England and Ireland. It's easy to police when nobody has a gun. There's no freedom either. There's not much freedom, and don't tell me there is, because there isn't. I have no idea what Mix thinks. He thinks, who knows what he thinks? He's all over the map. I believe Donald Trump is worse than a loser. I believe he's a lying creep, and he's in politics for money. And he's not going to be saved. He's a liar. The simple fact that he said, I go to church, I'm a Christian, that's a lie. You go to church going to church doesn't make you a Christian. I was in favor of Donald Trump before he got elected the first time, and it was hard to be that way. It was hard to say that. That's okay. Everybody in the chat is a part of this conversation. I'm not going to stop you from saying that. This is Jan Whited. Jane Whited. Nah, he is in action. Don't be lying that. What does that mean? I like Trump. I'm voting for Trump. Trump is fighting for us. We're not in the club. We're not in the left-wing globalist club. And if you think you are, you're a fool. If you think you're in the club that the left wing is, like YouTube is, you're not. And as a matter of fact, they're all going to perish. The Holy Spirit is keeping Trump alive. That is true. I saw a video, and I don't know how he got it. He's got connections, I guess. It showed the scope of a rifle with the plus mark right on Donald Trump's face. And in the next frame, his head was turned, and they showed the scope centered on the top of his ear, like here, because he went like this, real quick. The shot was taken like this, and then he turned, and it clipped his ear. And then all the television news networks said that he fell, and then you for Biden. He failed just like Joe Biden. I don't know why they're making fun of Joe Biden. Donald Trump too. He's old too. That's the nonsense you get from the left. I'm not saying Biden's an angel. I'm saying he shouldn't even be president. They fixed the election on election day in 2020, and Trump should be president. And they're gonna fix that. And someone tried to say, no, we're gonna shoot him. He won't be president. They might even try it again. They'll get some other like mix to take a shot at him. Yeah, and then he'll tell you he's Christian, and I have godly values. It's like he makes no sense. Joe Biden makes no sense. The Democrats are Satanists, and if they say they're not, then they're really ignorant. They don't know what's ruling their lives. I say they don't know the first truth, that in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. Well, so far, if you're really watching political analysis, you'll know that if the election were held today, Trump would win in a landslide. Based on the most recent polling, which is plus or minus 4% accuracy. Every Friday, welcome. Thanks for coming in. Allah Victory Palestine. God's going to win in the end, guys. So just remember that. God will win in the end. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. There's no other first truth than that. I choose Trump, then yeah. Biden's not a choice. Biden's an excuse, a mistake. He's the big lie. He is part of the big lie, Joe Biden. The Biden family, it's the Biden crime family. They're in it. They're in politics for money. They're all crooks. Donald Trump never made a dollar in politics, but yet people think that he's making money in politics because they don't know. They don't know. They don't know. They don't know. Because they've been lied to. They buy into the lie. See, now the lie is so big, the universities can't let go of it because that will be their legacy. They won't have any legacy. Right now, if somebody gets a college degree, they say, I'm educated, intellect, you're not, and you can't take that away from me. What's your education in? Crayon theory? I mean, come on. There's so many fake degrees. Most people with a college degree, a liberal arts degree, are saying, if you're not a lawyer, you're specializing in asking people if they want fries with that. Why is that? Right? Why is that? Oh. I don't know what else to say. I don't, and I have food here. What the heck? That's not what I said. That's not what I said. I don't know why I'm live. There's only a few people watching. Who said people were monkeys? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Well, there's no facts in the origin of species. There's no facts. It's just drawings. So for people to think that that's scientific, it's beyond my imagination. They knew nothing about DNA then. How do they think we have a conscience and an immune system and memory? How does that work? And appetite. How does appetite work? Why wouldn't people just keep eating? If you have the ability to eat, why wouldn't you just keep eating until you get fat enough to kill yourself? I mean, why didn't any of that happen? Thank you, Ekis. Thank you so much. If we just were accidental life would be nothing but accidents. Murder would be the order of we would have killed each other. In the early days, everything was just about taking what I am strong enough to take. I would have killed everybody. You know, nothing would make sense if we were just an accident. Thank you, Ekis, for hanging out. Thank you so much. I don't know how long I can talk. I've been here for over 2 hours, plus I did almost an hour on the first live stream, so that's like 3 hours already. What time is it? Oh yeah, we're already past the 3 hour mark. If you look at how these churches were built thousands of years ago with such precision, today they could not do that. Well, the oldest churches are not that old. Now, there were churches in the Philippines that were built over 1700 basically out of stone and marble. So those are newer. The original oh God, I'm totally out of the word. God told Abraham to build me I forgot the word he used. It wasn't church and it wasn't temple or anything like that. It was, oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue. But they would have to build to worship God wherever they went because they were travelers. They were told to spread out and they would build places of worship. Those places are all gone now. They only lasted so many years. We think the Nephilim had the technology, not the Nephilim, but the demons had technology. But then, in the early, before Noah, in the old days, there's no technology left. That's all new. The ancient wonders are all new. And it's midnight here, but if you go live again, I will come again tomorrow. Thank you, Ekis. Thank you so much. I don't know if I'm going to be live tomorrow. But anyway, thank you. Thank you so much. Shrine. Build me a shrine. There was another word. Shrine's a good word, a good one, but build me I should have already looked it up on the internet. Altar was the word. Altar. I should look that up right away. Build me an altar. But no, Bible's translated, so maybe they did say shrine. Holy place, temple, church, chapel, tabernacle, altar, sanctuary, sanctum, stupa, hope, darga, maraba, I don't know any, sacrarium. So there's lots of synonyms for that. Yeah, altar is one of them too, so chapel. Yeah. You're a daddy. Thank you so much. Thank you. Ema, keep it real. Awesome. Thank you for coming in. Thank you. If you guys have a moment to hit that thumbs up button, touch the 3 dots to the top, you'll see the drop down with thumbs up. If you hit that, I'll be very thankful, very grateful. Thank you. It's getting late. I don't know how much more I can do it, but thank you so much. Altar. I'll forget again. I forget things. You get forgetful in your old age. There's so much in my head, that's why. Most people shut. More similar words. All right. I didn't even know some of those words existed. See? I should have been using a thesaurus all my life. I'm a keep it real. Oh, I just realized that's all one word. I'm a keep it real. I'm on Instagram. Not me. I have an Instagram, but I don't go there anymore because it's all the same. Instagram, TikTok, X. It's all they're not these similar. So I just thought I'll just stay on YouTube. For whatever reason, it's too much work. As you get older, you don't want to deal with all that. A lot of energies are hidden. Many professors believe a directed energy source right down the Twin Towers. That's a thought. I haven't put too much thought to that, but back then I don't know how far advanced that technology was. I don't know. Oh, another message. Alrighty then. So, yep, we all have bits and pieces of information, but to know, I mean, I'm not saying that, Bill Clinton did this or Hillary Clinton did that. I'm not saying that, but this globalism is not right. I will come whenever you go live again. Thank Ickies. I'm going to end it too. I got an appointment with the dentist, but I didn't. I got to shower and shave and all that stuff. I don't want to go there looking like this or not being fresh. You got to sit in a chair for 30, 45 minutes. You don't want to be in need of a shower. That's not good. So anyway, and I got to get cash too. They're on a campus over there, so they don't take credit cards. A lot of the smaller proprietors, even the good places, they don't all take credit cards. Like most gas stations, not all, but most gas stations will take a credit card. Gas stations in the malls and stuff like that, in the big stores will take the card, but not everybody. All of the small eateries you see in, the storefronts here, they're open. You can walk right up. They are cash only. There's a lot of those. So you need cash. I need cash. Thank you. I'm getting ready to say. I'm saying goodbye now. I'm getting ready to end it. It's been over 3 hours. I was live almost an hour, and I accidentally shut it off, or there was a glitch or something. I don't even know if it was my fault. But anyway, Hapster said that was just like echoing and repeating, and it wasn't really doing anything. So who knows what that was. And then now it's another 141 minutes, so another 2+ hours. So, all right, I guess I'm gonna say goodbye right now, guys, because I'm out. I'm out of stuff to say. So see you guys. See you later. It's been great. Bye, Mix. Bye, Eckies. Bye, I'ma keep it real. See you later, guys. And everybody else. Warren was here. I said Mix, I guess. Thanks, Mix, for hanging out. Thanks for adding. Mrs. Jane Whitehead. Oh, Jane Whitted. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Thank you so much, Jane.